Hey, welcome to the table. Okay, so the last video you guys saw was my second playthrough where I did fail. Just so you know, I actually did a third playthrough, but I was eliminated by turn 4. Had 10 catastrophic losses by turn 4. And so I didn't even bother uploading that because it was just a waste of time. It was a slaughter fest. So you may have detected that I'm a little frustrated with this game, and I think I am. But I want to be clear, the game frustrates me because I don't like the mechanic of the close combat, you know, just being like a war on steroids. But with that being said, this is still a fabulous solitaire game that's way better than almost any of the solitaire games in my collection. So I am going to try again because I want to conquer this thing. It's pissing me off. So let's do this. A couple of things. We're going to do some new strategies, and then also thank you to it's Sir Bastius. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, who's always given me encouragement and rule advice. There was a huge mistake I was making in the last playthrough that you saw, and also my third playthrough. And that mistake is the rules say you cannot attack and barrage in the same turn. And close combat is a form of attack. And so I just assumed I can't barrage and close combat in the same turn. And what he helped me to understand is that a close combat, let's just show you, a close combat is a move action. So I'm moving into there. And then at the end of my turn, we resolve any close combat that occurs as a result of that move. So there is no rule that says you can't barrage and move. And so with that new understanding of the rule, this game makes a lot more sense to me, and I'm a lot less frustrated. So what does that do for us? Well, if this is a revealed unit, I can barrage it with a tank and disrupt it. And once it's disrupted, I can then move onto the space. And if you remember, in close combat, the first time you hit a unit, it gets disrupted. The second time you hit it, it loses its depth marker. The third time you hit it, it dies. Obviously, if it has no depth marker, then you only have to hit it twice. Well, if it's already disrupted, I've already accomplished 1/3 of my close combat objectives. So now the first time I hit it, it's going to lose its depth marker. And in this case, if it has no depth marker, it's going to be destroyed after just one hit. And so that's huge. Eliminating 1/3 of my close combat requirements is huge. Because if you remember from the previous playthrough, close combat is what was killing me. And that's why I was getting angry. And so being able to disrupt it and then close combat it all in the same round is a big boon. And it's a huge part of the strategy that I wasn't taking advantage of. And I think that will make a difference. Now, with that being said, I just did a third playthrough that you didn't get to see. And this whole new strategy nonsense that I'm explaining to you didn't help me one bit. Just to give you a brief summary, what happened was you can see that this has a double. This is a double and that's a double. On the very first round, I got all 3 of these colors and none of them were disrupted at the start of the game. And so it was just 2, 4, 6 hits, you know, at the start. And then later on, one of these tanks moved down and ended up here in the green spot. And then the tank attacked because I was able to finally land some units here and I moved them forward. Then this tank destroyed them. And so it was just it was bad. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so the next strategy we're going to employ in this playthrough are the headquarter units. So this is the type of unit I'm talking about. See how it has the star there? These are leaders, which means that they're immune to these symbols. So see the circle, the triangle, and most of the time when you draw a card, it's going to have one of these three symbols. It's not going to have a star on it. And so if it doesn't draw a star, it's impossible to hit this unit. And if this unit is in an intense fire zone, and this guy shoots, unless he has a star on his action, he can't choose this as a target. He has to hit something else. In fact, this guy can just waltz right through intense fire zones and be completely immune to damage. So I want to capitalize on that. And what you've seen me do in the past is I've always had him linked with another unit. And then, of course, we're marching up and we're trying to take something. And then this other unit is just taking hit after hit after hit. And next thing you know, I have a casual, a big infantry loss from it, catastrophic loss. Well, rather than doing that, I'm just going to march up with a 2-strength unit and attack this thing directly. Who cares if I lose? The worst thing that happens to me is I get disrupted. But then I reveal the marker, and now I can barrage the crap out of it. We can just nuke it back to 1899. And so that's the idea, is I'm going to use my tanks to just nuke the crap out of things. And then we keep him barraged just like we did in the first Omaha Beach game. So I think the trick to this one is you want to barrage them just like you did the first Omaha Beach game, but they added in this pesky rule. Well, actually, the rule's not added, because even in Omaha Beach, the reinforcements work this way. You can't barrage him unless he's revealed. So the trick is how do we go into all these intensive fire zones and reveal them? Well, there's your answer. You march this unit all by himself. Nobody else with him. You march that unit in, you attack. Boom, he's revealed. Now you can barrage from 7 spaces away, keep him disrupted, and then move your other units up and link them up, and next thing you know, you got yourself a fighting force, taking over and winning and doing all the great things that go with it. So that's the idea. I mean, it works great on paper, but how it works in real format, I don't know. But that's my thought. A third strategy is situations like here and here. They have intense fire all around them. So you could do the HQ thing that I was talking about. A third one is if we clear this out, I can leave this open. And then if this ever gets a yellow R action, which stands for redeploy, he would redeploy 3 spaces away. And then I can have all my units just around here to blast the crap out of it. Now, the one drawback to this strategy is when he redeploys, he does get to fire the moment he gets there. So he will hit units that are around him. But I could have units here in the softer parts, right? And not in the heavy parts. So he redeploys to here, and then we blast him to Kingdom Come. And then this is wide open for us to just march in. So that's another strategy. That one requires a lot more sophistication, but I think that's a strategy that could work. I think it would be challenging, but we could possibly do it. It might be better to do it over with these guys. Who knows? Okay, so I think I have it reset so we can start. So let's do that. Nothing happens on the first round except for Japanese fire phase and then us. So we're going to start with Japanese. Oh, we have to actually disrupt the units. So gold, red, and brown are going to be disrupted. And right there, see that star? That is the bane to our HQ strategy. If I'm marching an HQ up through the intense fire zones and this happens, then I do take a hit. So it's not foolproof. You can still get hurt. Okay, so gold, red, and brown are disrupted, and so are all the tanks. So let's take care of this. Every tank's disrupted no matter what it is. And then gold, red, and brown. And I'm not going to bother doing the whole map. I think that's silly. We're going to just do the area that matters. So having gold and brown disrupted is actually really good, because gold is super powerful here. And then even brown is quite powerful because there's 2 browns and 2 gold. So if you're looking at it from a cost savings perspective, I mean, we're getting 2 for 1. Whereas red, as you can see, there's only 1 red, there's only 1 purple. But purple and blue would have been nice because these 2 can hit 2 units. So we now have a situation where they could really cause a lot of damage. But let's just go ahead and get going. And we landed on the beach. So now we're drawing the actual Japanese fire card. And it's purple, blue, the 2 colors I just told you about, and brown. So purple would fire. This guy takes a hit. Blue would fire. Nothing happens. There's no blue fire over here, but there is purple. So this guy takes a hit. So 2 out of our 3 tanks take a hit from that. And they take a hit because it's intense fire. So it doesn't matter if there was a tank symbol. And then with brown, it's even worse because now we lose this disruption on both of our browns, which it would have been nice to keep it until we landed. All right, so that's done, and technically speaking, all the browns in the world would have been undisrupted. This purple is undisrupted. This blue tank is undisrupted. And we're good to go. So now we get 2 actions. The only tank that hasn't taken damage is this one. And he's disrupted, so we can just march right in like that, which is a nice strategy. And I'm sort of glad for that. That's one action. The other action is we take one of our other crippled tanks and try to do something with it. And I will at least try to do that. I have no idea if that's going to keep him alive or not. And that's the end of turn 1. So now we get to draw events, and we move to turn 2. So let's start landing, see what happens. Okay, so it is brown, which sucks, and diamond, and there's no drift. So the brown is active, and you can verify it here with the brown, and the diamond takes a hit. So we have losses already. I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned in general. I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to go high and deep there. It's a slaughter fest over here. There's just no getting around that. Okay, this, we got a blue circle. Blue is firing, so the circle takes damage. And then we have to decide what are we going to do. And I think blue is the bigger threat. Red is already disrupted, so we'll go ahead and do that. There's a part of me that was thinking of putting all these guys here, because then with one action we can attack this, even with the tank. But the issue, we always have the issue of this one is overstacked right now. So that's always an issue for us. And it's possible if I draw both of these colors that all 3 of these will get disrupted and then we'll lose one of them. So I'm taking a bit of a gamble by doing this. Okay, let's keep going. It's no drift and it's a blue, but this one has no blue. So all 3 of them land safely. Since yellow was already taken, we're really only about red and green. So we're just gonna land like this. And yeah, we'll do that. Okay, and then we go to the next one. It's a gold triangle, but gold is disrupted, so they're not firing. And there's drift left. So this triangle does drift left. And so we're just gonna land it there with the other unit. These 2 both land, and we are for sure landing like this because we're going after gold. Then we go to the last one, and it's a purple diamond, which hurts because purple is one of the colors. And so the diamond takes a hit, and now we need to land. So I think, see, it's bad either way moving forward. But if you'll notice, if we take brown, purple is easier to take after brown. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to rush brown. So we're going to put 2 of them here to rush brown. And in fact, I'm going to put all 3 of them there to rush brown. So that way if we draw purple, none of them are going to take a hit. And I also don't want to draw blue and take a hit. So that's what I'm going to do with that situation. Obviously, if we drew a green, some bad stuff might happen too, but that's how it works. Okay, now we do an event, and it is turn 2. Okay, so we get a hero marker, and they get a depth marker. I'm not sure how thrilled I am with this in this game. In the past game, I think that's what caused me to win it, having all these heroes. But this one, it's been very frustrating. And so the depth marker, we already know, is going next to them, somewhere that can shoot at a landing, and of course the lowest number. So it's going to be B2. So brown gets the depth marker, which doesn't help us because now there's extra damage coming from there. So that's just gotten worse. And so naturally I want my hero to be as far away from that as possible. But I need to think about attacks. So right now, if we were to attack, this one is a great candidate to attack blue. This one I don't think is going to be able to attack because I think they're going to get disrupted. This is a great candidate to attack yellow. And then we actually have a really weak chance to attack red. Didn't mean to flip it back, but he's weaker, but we could try. So that's 3 different types of attacks we could do. And then of course we have this stack here. And I think I'm going to treat the coral the same way I treated the bird's beak. And I'm going to put my heroes on this side. I don't know if that's a smart move. I have no ability to tell you what to do in this game. I mean, it's just, that's how frustrated I am. But, I mean, the other real thought is to do this to see if we can get an easy elimination here. I mean, it is a weaker unit. I honestly don't know. So I am gonna, I'll put it on one of these guys. Is that really what I want to do? Yeah, it's as good as any. So we'll do that. Okay, so now it's peanut butter action time for Japanese. And really, when I lost the last time and did not upload it to you, this is really what slaughtered me. So I'm putting the card down. I gotta... All right, let's do this. I think this is a deep philosophical discussion, but obviously the game needs to send you for loops. Otherwise it's not challenging and it's not fun. But these opening turns are so brutal sometimes. Anyways, let's try it. Okay, so we have all kinds of crap. First of all, we're going to get hit by artillery, which means I forgot to put my stuff out. So let's do that. So white 1, orange 1, white 2, orange 2, orange 2 is over there, orange 1, orange 3, there's 4 of them, 5 of them on orange 3. Okay, so the first thing that happens is gold fires and it hits tanks. Gold, as you may recall, was disrupted, so they're losing their disruption marker, and that would have been throughout the whole game. If you're keeping record, that means everybody has been undisrupted except for red. So if I would have disrupted the entire map, we would have just been spending the whole game undisrupting the entire map except for red at this point. So I highly recommend that you not do what the rules say. So then gold does not fire. This is just a tank action. We don't do anything with tank action. We ignore the letters right now. So gold doesn't fire because they were disrupted. So we got lucky there. Green, however, is not disrupted. They will fire. The good news is green's only here, and we got to decide which unit's going to take the hit. And I will pick this one on this side. And then the last one is brown's firing, and that one is a problem because we have no protection from brown. And unfortunately, 2 of these units are taking a hit. And since this one already took a hit, both of these full strength units are going to be the 2 that brown would hit first, per the rules. So now we have a stack of 3 infantry that only have 3 step over there. But it's not over because this brown is also attacking. And he's going after the most steps. So we're going to hit the non-hero unit because we do get to choose when they're tied. And so we have that situation. So we could have chosen this side and not gotten hit at all, but what was the chances that that was going to happen? I don't know. And then the artillery happened. So now we know for a fact there's 5 artillery. There's 5 right there on the hill. So it's going to go after somebody in the beach box, and it's going to be the most steps, and then we choose. So we get to choose somebody with the most steps to take a hit. I would have chosen somebody over here in white 1 because they're going to get screwed anyways, but I really only have 3 choices. 4. There's 3 guys here and 1 there, and I'm just going to go ahead and choose this one to take the hit. And there's nothing I can do beyond that. One of them had to take the hit. Disruptions. 2 of these are disrupted. And the bottom guy here was not disrupted. So that's our situation over, I'm sorry, you can't see it. That's the situation there. There was a disruption marker that's going to go on this guy at the bottom. And then there's a disruption that's going to go below this hero. All right. All in all, that wasn't awful. Now, I forgot to do the tanks. So the gold tank was undisrupted, so nothing happens with him. Green, there is no green tank. And brown, there is no brown tank. So actually, we're fine. We're fine. Okay, but 3 of the 4 tanks are now undisrupted. Okay, peanut butter drink time. Okay. It is now our turn. We don't do a second event until round 5, or turn 5. So we are blessed with red still being disrupted. So when we spend our 2 actions for attacking, it can be that guy there, right? This guy here, and over here, we can attack blue. And that could be all we do. As far as preservation move, we can preservation move this guy off the beach, which means we can take this purple spot. But just bear in mind, if we ever draw another brown, he's still not immune. And so that is a problem. Obviously, this one would lose disruption marker. This guy doesn't get to do a preservation move. Here, I could do a preservation move, but it's more of an infiltration move. I can't do that. I'm already next to somebody. Here, I can move these forward like this. And I'm going to do the same with this guy. And then this one loses his disruption marker. That tank can't do anything. Those 2 are attacking. This one, I'm going to go ahead and move forward along with the hero to there. This one loses its disruption marker. And that's all of our moves. So now let's do the 2 attacks. That's a flank and an MG, so we don't meet the requirements, but we do have 14 strength, so we at least double him. And we successfully disrupted him. Okay, and then we come to here, and we're going to reveal, and it's a flamethrower and a demolition. We do not have the flamethrower, I don't think. I think the flamethrower is only in the heavy infantry. Yep, only the heavy infantry have flamethrower. Yeah, so no flamethrower for us. So he's a 3, this one. He doesn't get doubled. That's the one nice thing about this one. But he's a 3 and we had 14, so we doubled him. So the good news is we did at least disrupt him, even though we didn't have his weapon requirements. So that brings us to the end of turn 2. I wasn't expecting to destroy them. I was expecting to at least disrupt them, which is what we did. And having blue disrupted here is huge for us. These two I'm still very concerned about. This plan is going perfectly. And then of course everybody else is going to have a chance to pot shot us. So we move to turn 3. M is now unlocked. And we do landings. Starting here. It is brown triangle, no drift. There is no triangle, so we got lucky. So then what are we going to do? Where are we going to land? All that nonsense. So I'm going to... I think I'm going to put both tanks here. And my headquarters there. I gotta be really, yeah, I can do that. Okay, so then the next one is a green. There is no green fire on this one and no drift. So we get to land with this one, and I am going to, this headquarters has the flamethrower that this guy needs. So I'm gonna put him there and we'll land the tank there. Okay, so then we go on to the next one. And it says drift left and green fires at diamond. There is no diamond, so we got lucky. And nobody drifts left because there's no diamond. So we do have an HQ and a tank landing. So I'm going to go ahead and land both of them there. And let's keep going. No brown fire on this one and no drift. Oh no, brown does fire on this one, but it's circle. So we don't have to worry about circle. And I'm going to land here because he can do a 2. We need flanking for this one if we want to take it the old-fashioned way. That's actually really hard to do. Actually, it's not hard to do because we got this. So as long as these guys attack and I have him help, we do meet the flanking requirement. So what I'm going to do is land my HQ right there so I can get a free action. Okay, and then this last one is a blue triangle. And I don't think blue fires there. They don't. So we're fine. So everybody's landing here. And I'm going to combine the HQ with the infantry there. We're going to land the tank. And this guy already took a hit. I think I need to start working on this side. So we'll do that. That may not be a smart move, but yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so so now we go to the event on turn 3. Place 1 Japanese reinforcement unit. So far the events have not been helpful. Well, I guess we got a hero, but so reinforcement priority is nearest to the triggering position. There is no triggering position. And then equidistant, nearest to a US unit, and then lowest numbered position. So it's going to be somewhere over here. And I think, I mean, that's a 10. It's the only thing near a US unit that's even available. So we're going to grab a reinforcement. And it is not, it doesn't use a depth marker. So it's going to look like that. But what hurts now is this guy can now get hit from 3 different directions. That's what hurts from that event. That event sucks. Not very happy with that event. Okay, now it's Japanese fire time. And the red we do well with. Remember, M is the only action that's available, but red is we just lose a disruption marker, and same with the tank. And then now, if you can just imagine, I'm removing red disruption markers from the rest of the map. Look at that. I didn't even make it off the beach. So saved all that time. So red doesn't do anything. Now blue is an interesting one. It shoots at leaders even, which is even worse. But this one was disrupted. So all that happens is he just loses his disruption. The other blue, however, is firing. And he's firing at triangle. And we have a triangle there. So this was a bad move. I already took a hit. Okay, but there's no leader, so we at least got lucky there. And then this blue tank is going to engage. He moves 3 spaces, so he would go 1, 2, 3, because he always wants to go to a position. That's the only one that's open. Okay, and then the last one was green, which is a problem, because our green opened up here, and it fires, and that's going to be our first catastrophic loss of the game. So I3-1. He takes a hit and he gets disrupted, which doesn't help us. All right, and then this other green is also going to get to attack. And I guess we're going to hit this one. And he gets disrupted. And that's it for green. There are no green tanks. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess you can't expect a perfect round, I guess. But that led to a couple disruptions for us. And now we get to go, and we only get 2 actions. That's probably our biggest hang-up right now, is only getting 2 actions. And one of them is going to be here, so we can flank them. And the other one... here's what's amazeballs. All 3 of these guys survived. And they're available for actions, folks. This HQ can take one of them with him, but not the other one. So what do I do? I mean, there's so many sweet, juicy choices here. I'm tempted, though. I need to put an action there. Yeah, I do. I could do these 2, because then it's that with a tank. Whereas this one are just 2 really powerful dudes. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's start over here. What can we do? These 2 can do a preservation move. I got to be really careful because this is an intense fire zone. Ugh. So I'll leave one behind and move the other one. Here, I have a free action with this hero. So the hero by himself is going to attack brown. And that one requires close combat, but the good news is we at least disrupted him. So the hero did his job. This one, well, he can go here, but remember this purple can attack him. So I got to be careful. There's another purple around here. So no matter what, we have purple menace. So we're going to go here for the purple menace. And then he could do a preservation move, but there's nowhere to go unless I want to overstack my limits here. So that's that. Now this one, the hero is going to do an attack, and this guy's helping, and so we meet the flanking and the MG requirement, and this one is toast. Because we meet both of the requirements, and we actually have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 strength. So we even double his strength, which I don't even think was needed, but we did it. So this guy's eliminated. Now, these both did an attack, but this one can do a preservation move, so he's going to move in and claim that spot. This one can also do a preservation move, and for lack of a better place to go, he'll move in one space as well. Now, this guy's disrupted, so he loses his disruption marker. This one is one of our headquarter units, and at minimum, he can at least move this infantry with him, and we can go 1, 2 like so. So now we're ready to attack green. Can't do anything here. This one is going to attack. Now, understand that both of these guys get to attack, but I can't split their action. Otherwise, it counts as 2 actions. So we're going to take out red first. Red is a flank and a bazooka. We had the bazooka, but not the flank. So he's disrupted. This guy is an HQ unit with a flamethrower. He is a strength 9. This one is only a strength 3. He does not get doubled. So we do meet the requirements. And so we flip this over, and it needs an artillery, which I don't think we have. Artillery can only be provided by tanks. So now we got a situation we got to resolve. He has 4 strength. We have 9, right? Because I'm attacking with these 2 units right here. So that's 9. This one's not attacking. In fact, this one has to do a preservation move so we don't lose units because of the stacking limit. It would have been nice if these guys attacked, but I didn't have any actions. So, so our situation is we had a yes, we were double, we revealed the depth marker. But then after revealing the depth marker, we were a no, we're still double, but here he's disrupted and there's an optional attrition. So no matter what, we disrupted him. And then we can choose to take a hit if we want to get rid of this artillery. And I'm not going to do that. I think we can nail this guy without that. I just need to have a tank join me in the battle. So I'm going to, as long as we can disrupt him, he can do it practically for free every time he attacks now. Because that's a 9 strength unit and we're up against 4 strength. We can disrupt him just with this free action every round. So blue is basically out of this combat because we're going to just nuke the crap out of him over and over again until I can finally muster the forces to eliminate him. So that's the idea, is if I get these free action guys to just pound them and keep them suppressed, then it'll allow me to land other people on the beaches and not take the damage. Now the big thing, I was hoping to get rid of this. This green, obviously, I'm concerned about. But now we got the big guy here. Now, I spent both of my actions, so only 2 of these guys can do something. And unfortunately, I would love to just say, okay, 2 of these guys are going to go here and attack. But my dilemma is I have three of them are stacked here. Oh, I can just move. Okay, yeah. I can just move this guy. That's what I could do. All right, so let's do my plan. So I'm going to have the HQ, and I'm going to have this other guy join him just because he can. And who should we go after, purple or brown? Brown. Okay, this was like Dora the Explorer. Oh, what should we do, backpack or map? And then you wait while the kids are screaming, watching the TV, map, map. Okay, so we're gonna do map. And let's see what we get. It's a 3. He's doubled to a 6. And he needs flanking, which we don't have unless these guys join in. We do have the bazooka, but it doesn't matter. So we get disrupted. So we get disrupted. But I'm not surprised. We at least got him revealed. And now these tanks down here can start World War III with the nukes. We can barrage the crap out of that guy. Hey, another thing I realized I was doing wrong is when I do these naval strikes, I was just automatically doing them. I don't think the outcome would have been any different, but technically speaking, I'm supposed to follow this new chart that came with the game. And I don't know where the chart is. It's one of these. There's this new chart here, and the depth marker is only removed if you draw a card and it matches the symbol or the color. So you can see here, this is the naval marker. There are 2 symbols that you can match when you draw the card. But if I draw a diamond, for example, all I do is disrupt them. I don't actually destroy the depth marker automatically, which is what I was doing in the last game. Now, obviously, if I draw the color, I do still get to do this, but anyways, it's something that I wasn't doing that I should have done. Okay, I don't know. I think that was a fairly successful turn. Obviously, we still have some serious threats between green, and we definitely don't want to draw purple. Both here and over here, purple can just tear the crap out of us. Okay, so that brings us to turn 4. And just so you know, the playthrough that I refused to upload because I lost with 10 catastrophic losses was by the end of this turn, end of turn 4. We have 1 catastrophic loss this game. I was at 10 during this other playthrough that I didn't bother sharing with you guys. So I'm already ecstatic compared to that. So turn 4, amphibious landings, and I forgot to put my guys out. So bear with me. These go out. So we need, this one's any white, any orange. This one's specifically orange 3, any orange, and an orange 3. Okay, they're all heavy infantry. We're gonna go in orange 1 with all 3 of them. And then this guy is gonna go, I mean, am I insane enough to go into white 1? Why, yes, I am insane enough to try white 1, so let's try it. All right, so let's draw. And it's a orange diamond, no drift, and the guy in white 1 takes a hit. I'm stupid. Okay. I'm going to land him there. We're going to just stack them. Okay. Then we go to orange. It's a purple, which means no hit. So they're all going to land. And I'm going to do 2 and 1. Then we're jumping all the way to orange 3. That's a no hit and no drift. So these both land, and he has an HQ marker. There was a big part of me that wants to still go here, but then we have the blue joining in. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go here. We're just going to stay out of that fire zone over there while we can. All right, event, turn 4. Smoke prevents Japanese fire into beach hexes from orange, and brown. That's good. That's good. It's good. Chicken, good. Okay, what movie is that one from? Somebody knows that one. That one should be a very popular line. Chicken, good. I probably didn't do it as well as the person who said it did, but you should definitely know that one. All right. Brown and brown. He's already disrupted too, but that's fine. And it said also orange. So that means this guy can't even hit us, which is good. Good. And of course, this one's gone. So now it says they can't fire into beach hexes. So I need to be mindful that this brown can still tear the crap out of us here. So that hurts. And actually, this brown could still hit these units. So it's not quite as good, but it's still good. All right. Japanese fire. Oh. Well, I'll let you see it. I mean, it's not like it's a secret. We are getting hit, which sucks. And then brown is being drawn. So is gold and red. So I think we're going to get blessed here with a very low hit situation, except for that one purple spot's going to get nailed. You'll see in a second if you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so these are supposed to be out. This is white, orange, 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 white. All right, so we have these regimental HQs. One's going to go in orange 3, the other one's going to go in orange 1, and then we still have 3 more units. And I think for sure the engineers need to help over here. And then this one is going to land over there. And then this HQ is landing in the white zone. So I'm going to go ahead and land it there. And this is an engineer unit, which I will land here. And this one I will land there. So now we deal with their card. And the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to get hit. And it's obviously going to be, the approach, and he's going to hit a triangle. He's going to hit whoever has the most steps. I don't even think it's a symbol. No, it has to match the symbol. So I probably did the last artillery wrong. My apologies to those of you who were screaming. But yes, he's going to hit a triangle, this artillery, and it has to be one of these dudes, one of these utes. And there's really only one triangle there. It's this engineer, so he'll take the hit. I'm just going to do that now so I don't forget. And then we start here. We got gold going first. And remember, the M action is available. So M does happen. But it only happens if they're within 3 spaces of a US unit. That one doesn't happen, and neither does that. However, the tank happens, and you can see that the tank has a big range of fire, and they go 1 step further than the range. So the tank goes here, for example, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there, but it does not go to any US unit. So this tank will move forward 1 space. Because that's the only thing that was within range. Or no, he wouldn't do that. He would move forward 3... Oh, this is only for counterattack. We can't use this unless they're in counterattack mode. So, my apologies. I was just getting ready to move him there, but that's only counterattack. This orange has got smoke, so he doesn't fire, and that's probably a good thing. I'm going to go ahead and remove the smoke marker from him. And that's the only oranges that are really in the game. So now red happens, and this red is disrupted, so we just remove his disruption. And there is a red tank way in the back, and it's just going to move up to blue. There is no red anywhere else we have to concern ourselves with. And then brown happens, but not the R. But brown is still a problem. And if we start over here, this brown has smoke and he's disrupted. So he loses his disruption in the smoke marker. But this brown here, he has smoke, so he's not going to be hitting these units. But the problem is he can hit this one. And so that's what I meant by the carnage, because he can hit 2 units and this is intense field. So we have our second catastrophic loss at L31. Where are you? Here it is. And then this one's down to a single step. So they're getting clobbered up there. And the good news is that's it. So, oh, this other tank activates and he would move to here. So Dday is coming. All right, I am generally satisfied with that. We got some disrupted guys here, so that's an issue, but it's now our turn. The HQ phase doesn't happen until next turn when our HQs actually land. And that's another, we were talking about like, what am I going to do different this game? I'm going to go command post right away. I'm not going to try to be perfect and get like really deep, because if I go command post right away, I get all the crap off the beach now. And then I'm going to pack up the headquarters and move again, and then command post again. And it's going to be more of a mobile HQ than I did in the past. So I think that wasting 4 or 5 turns to clear out a spot so I can have the perfect place to put an HQ is the wrong way to do this. So we'll see how that goes. But right now it's peanut butter action time. We get 2 actions, and we do have a lot of free actions. So for example, this guy needs close combat, and we're going to give him the close combat with this hero. So we're going to move with a free action. This one, as a free action, can move here, but then I have to draw an infiltration check. So I need to be mindful of, do I really want to do that? And my answer is, yeah, I do. So I need to not draw a circle, a brown circle. So I drew a brown circle. So what happens is I take a hit. Now that blows. That was like the crappiest luck beyond crappy. That was crappy slappy crappy. But it is what it is. Okay, and then we have another dude here that can move. And I'm going to go ahead and just move 1 step forward. Since this is close combat, that doesn't resolve till the end, so I have to always be mindful. I am contemplating making an action here to take purple. So let's see what... so this is tentative. I'm not sure yet. So let's just figure out what my other opportunities are. So for example, this guy here, I'm just going to move up because he's an HQ. He gets to move up anyways. And then this one will do his preservation move to there. This one is a free attack on here. So let's do it. And you can see he needs a DE and a BR. And we have a DE. We don't have the BR because this guy took a hit. So we don't have the Browning. Or no, MGs count as Browning. I'm pretty sure I saw that rule somewhere. Hold on. Stop the presses. Equivalence, right here. A machine gun fulfills a weapon requirement for a Browning. Ka-ching! Ka-ching! See, Jeff forgets rules all the bloody time. This time I finally remembered one. So sorry, Sir Brastius, you don't get to tell me about this tomorrow morning. I did. I finally remembered something. So anyways, we have the Browning and the DE. And we more than double him, so he's eliminated. So bye-bye. Or as they say, sayonara. Okay, so now we get free moves. We're not going to be able to take that, but I will get off the beach. So I'm going to move this one to there. This is a potential attack. But see here, I need to flank him, so I would need to spend 2 actions to take this guy out, like with a normal attack type of action. I might be able to just close combat him. He doesn't seem too difficult, but those are famous last words. The other thing is we know we can take this guy out because he's a free action, and we just need an artillery to help us, right? So if we had an artillery to help us, then that guy's toast. But he stayed disrupted, so we actually bought ourselves another round. So I'm not sure there's a big rush to take him out. Then we come over to here, and this guy would cost an action. Both of these guys would take actions to do something. This one is under threat that he... See, we have a stack limit issue, right? These two are going to lose their disrupted marker. So I'm going to just close combat. I'm going to move in to close combat. But to do that is one of my actions. And I have to do it, or otherwise I wouldn't be able to save him. Then the other thing is I want to use these guys to maybe take out green here, or purple. And so that means I may not be able to take out purple over here. So I'm going to switch my action. I think this is my higher priority side, and these two are going to attack here. So let's do this. This needs a mortar. Ooh, do I have a mortar? Come on, please have a mortar. Nope, no mortar. Mortar. No, no mortar. Okay, so I do at least disrupt him. And there was a movie that had mortar in it. Oh, it was Beowulf. It was a Beowulf movie, and when whatever that thing is that attacks the town, and Beowulf kills him, he's begging for his mortar because that was his way of saying mother. I can't remember. I know it was Beowulf though. It begins with a G. Grim. Anyways, it's not important. Okay, so I actually think that was a good use of the action. Disrupting him is still good, and this guy has a mortar, by the way, if I just move him up. But remember, he was disrupted, so he can't do anything this round. So that's a close combat. We use both of our actions. We are taking a risk that this purple guy is left to survive another round. And now, granted, this guy is moving in on him, but it is what it is. I only have so many actions. And this green guy could get reinforced somehow, but we just have to deal with that as it comes. And this red I was not able to suppress him. So that is an issue. This guy can't do anything about it. Ugh. So we still have our holes, or our dam is still leaking. We don't have all the holes plugged, but I'm still sitting on 2 catastrophic losses, and I think we're doing great. I'm gonna upgrade us from DEFCON good to DEFCON great so far with the start to this game. So let's keep it going. Okay, so close combat. This particular unit is just 1 for being him, 1 for jungle, and 1 for CC. So he does get 3 cards for being a punk. We get 4 pipsqueaks, and then 1 for our hero. And I think that's it. We don't have a flamethrower or anything like that. All right, so it is brown. They do get to go first. So they are not disrupted. So we do have that problem. So let's see what we can do. Now, yeah, anyways. Brown doesn't happen, but they do get a reinforce. Let me scooch the camera a little bit. They have a reinforce here, so that means they get another card. We go, and nothing happens. They go, nothing happens. We go, oh, come on, nothing happens. They go, nothing happens. We go, nothing happens. They go, damn it, they hit us. I know you might be thinking, well, that's still awesome considering how many cards they had. I agree, except they're making us discard this card, which was the only hit we had, and then we finally hit them, and all we did was disrupt them, which is not helping us. All we did was disrupt them. That's it. So we could have just attacked them normal and accomplished that same goal. And you know what? I actually violated my rules. That is actually what I was supposed to do, was just attack them normal and not be so eager to close combat somebody unless they were already disrupted. Because remember, that was the whole theory, is if he was already disrupted when I close combated him, I would have only needed one hit on him instead of two. So, that was me violating my own rule there. Now this other situation is intentional. We know we're going to lose this battle, but we're trying to disrupt them. And by the way, we got disrupted too. So let me fix that. We know this guy is in trouble. However, we were at our stacking limit. That was the first problem. And then the second problem is we at least want to disrupt brown, which is what we're going to try to do here. And so we've got to reveal their depth marker. And of course, it's a CC depth marker. Those punks. All right, so 2 for being Japanese, 1 for being a strength 4, 1 for CC, and 1 for jungle. So they get a bunch of cards. We get 3 pips, squeaks, and that's it. We only have 3 cards. So we're not withdrawing because we die if we withdraw. So this is a fight to the death. They go first, it's brown, and they already hit us. So catastrophic loss number 3. And we are down to 2 pips. And we lose our top card. And we go. And we are having awful, awful luck. They go. Nothing happens. We go. And we do get him. So all we do is disrupt him. So getting him doesn't really mean much. And then he loses his top card, which did nothing. And so now he goes. And he doesn't hit us. And he goes again. And he hits us. So we reduce to 1 step. So now we have the problem of where does he retreat to? And I don't think I'm allowed to go through him. I think I have to go back to where I was. So I would go back to here. And I think the problem is that would create, I think the unit with the most steps gets eliminated, if I remember correctly. This is not a good situation, in fact, and I created it myself, so it's my own fault. Probably the biggest, dumbest thing I've done so far. Stacking limits. We get to pick. We get to pick who gets eliminated. So we're going to just go ahead and eliminate the unit that was involved in the attack. So that is another catastrophic loss, and we're up to 4 now. Yeah, we get to pick. So with that being said, we accomplished our goal and disrupted him, probably in a very unorthodox manner. But we're at the end of the round. And we have 1 disrupted unit here, and we move on to round 5. So now round 5, the reinforce action, or redeploy and all that other nonsense, is now available for the Japanese. And I need to shuffle. Okay, so strategy-wise, I think I went after that first brown with close combat. I was thinking that since he was just one guy, how hard can he be? And what ended up happening was, I mean, we just took one hit. And one hit is pretty normal for a close combat, so I'm not saying we got screwed. But the part we got screwed on is we had like 5 cards or something like that, and we only hit with one of them. Now, when they hit us, they did discard another hit that we could have potentially had, and it's amazing how often that happens. So not real thrilled about that. But I violated my rule. I should have done a normal attack, because it was a free action for me. I should have just done a normal attack and disrupted him, because that's what our strategy is this game, is we're not going to rush in with close combat. We're going to disrupt them first, because disruption is at least 1/2 to 1/3 of the total number of hits you need to do in close combat. So it's a lot easier to get those hits in a manner that we can control. Okay, I'm at an hour, so I'm going to just hit stop and I'll see you in 2 seconds.